Hello everyone, this is Penny with In Stitches with Penny. Welcome to my channel. I have a fun thing to do today. We're going to look for a pattern online, a PDF pattern. I have one already picked out and we're going to print it and I'm going to show you how to put it together and get it ready before we want to cut out our fabric and make the garment. I chose Itch to Stitch. I really like her patterns. So far I have made this Atlas jacket. It was so fun to make. A lot of details. It took quite a few hours, but I love the jacket that I made. I'll post the jacket, a picture of the jacket on Instagram. And let's see, I did purchase this dress I want to make next summer. And oh, she just has some beautiful patterns. They're very well thought out, drafted very well. Instructions are very clear. I think you'll really like it. Here's another one I want to make this winter. And the one we're going to make, you can also purchase this add-on for only $5. So super easy. So with this add-on, I'll show that to you in just a minute. We'll just go ahead and scroll through her outfits here. So cute. The very first one I made, I want to make this one too. I really like that. The very first one I made was a wrap. I love this one too, the Bella Vista. So we're going to make this one. It's called the Uvita top. And the Uvita top, this was the one that had on that other page the add-on. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to do both. But I want to show you that other pattern that I made, the top. This one. I've made this one twice. I will probably make it a few more times. I did size up on this one. I thought for me it was just a little too fitted, so I sized up and I love it. It is the most comfortable top. It's a very modest V and I will make this again and again for sure. And that pattern's $10. Well worth the $10. You will use that one over and over. Very simple. The collar up here was constructed very uniquely that I've not done before. And once I just looked at the instructions, I finally figured it out and it was beautiful. And the second time around was even easier. So you're going to see just beautiful designs here. So let's just go up to free pattern. A lot of these companies do have a free one, so that's a nice way to get introduced to the company. So just go ahead and select this one, and it goes from size 00 to 20. So you'll just kind of take a look at the pattern, see what it looks like. That's really cute, just a simple stripe. That's cute. Here she did the 3/4 length sleeves. You could really chop this up a lot. You could cut all the way across, add some seam allowance, and then do one color up here, one color down here, or a stripe and a print. So many options with this pattern. That's why I chose it. I thought this was super cute too with the plaid, that red plaid. That'd just be cute for Christmas. Another stripe, a white, black on white. And then here is the line drawing. So you see it's got a dropped shoulder, a little bit of a boat neck. That's where the neck facing is going to go around. And again, 3/4 length sleeves or just go all the way with a long sleeve in the wintertime. So it does give you a complete description. It says Uvita top is a relaxed drop shoulder top that is designed for maximum comfort and style. The minimalistic style is a blank canvas that is perfect for showcasing your interesting fabric. You can choose between the long sleeve or the 3/4 sleeve. You do want to use something with stretch. Woven will not work on this pattern. You will just be uncomfortable and probably um, won't want to wear it. So the skill level, I would say this is a beginner. Maybe not the first project you want to do because of the neckline. But there's a lot of other patterns out there. There's one called the Mandy Top by Tessuti, and I'll put the link below for that one. It's a free pattern. I've made this one 3 or 4 times. It's similar in style, but it does not have, it has a different neckline construction that's easier. But if you have a little bit of sewing knowledge, give it a shot. This will be easy. So they give you two different downloads. You can download all the pieces on your home printer, but if you don't want to print and tape it together, you can also take the AO paper, or the AO, which is the additional large format file, and send it to your print shop. And then you get one big sheet. I've not done that yet. I might have to, especially if there's one that has a lot of pieces. I might consider that. I've put together some patterns that were, 35 sheets. This one was only 18, so it wasn't that big a deal. So let's see. And when it talks about the Uvita top now has an add-on package, we'll come back to that. So let's just drop down. It'll say number of pages, 18 pages, number of instruction pages, 11. So body measurements. Know that whatever you wear in ready to wear, what size you wear in ready to wear, is not the same as pattern company measurements. So just go through. I did a size, I think I chose a size 14. I probably should have made a 12. So which means I can take the seam allowance in. She allows 3/8 of an inch. That's not much. I do like to have a little bit more of a seam allowance. So I think I did go bigger with the size 14, and I'll do a bigger seam allowance. But if you go exactly as she instructs, just go ahead and look at your bust measurement. That's going to be the most important thing if your bust is bigger than your waist. If your waist is bigger, you might want to cut out, kind of blend together a couple of sizes. Just play with it and see what works for you. It also has the European sizes. Finished garment, this will tell you, this is once it's made, what the measurements are finished. So mine will be 43. It'll be slightly less because I'm going to take a larger seam allowance. So choosing your size, read this carefully. Just play with it. You'll find your size. You'll figure it out. And then you can also match the pattern up to maybe one of your favorite tops in your closet and just kind of see if you're close. You just might be. And then they give you material recommendations. You need a 2-way or 4-way stretch knit fabric. Don't use a woven. Right here it says do not use woven. So if you're using a rayon spandex knit, you may need to go down a size. I've not found I've ever gone down a size with Itch to Stitch, but that's my body. And then 42 inches wide bias fusible tape. You can also use interfacing and just cut it out to the size that you need. And then the fabric requirements. I always buy a little bit extra. I just like to, especially if I have a print, I want to kind of play around with my patterns. I used to just buy just what it said on here. This says right around 1.5 yards, but I did buy 2 yards of the fabric that I'm going to make for the sew along. And I did have extra, but I've got plenty to play with. So if I make a mistake on really the neckband would be the only thing that probably I would need more of. So I have plenty, and then I'll have scraps for something else later. So the related, let's see, let's go back. Here's the add-on package. Got a lot of options here. You can turn it into a really cool hoodie. You can do an unlined hood with optional drawstring, floppy stand-up collar like you see right here, sleeve cuff. Here's a sleeve cuff. It also has a thumb hole sleeve cuff if you like that. Flare sleeve. Here's the flare. Flare just doesn't look good on me, so I usually don't make that. But some people, it looks great. So, make what you like. Kangaroo pocket. This is the kangaroo pocket. It'll also come with a patch pocket right here, if you can see. Oh, here we go. There's a patch pocket. And bottom band right here. And then it also has a layers feature, which you only print the size you need. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. And again, the sizes, it goes all the way up to a size 20. So that's really cool. So here's some different, let's pull this out. Here we go. She's so cute. There's the thumb holes. I just love that one. I might have to do that one. I'm not much of a hoodie person, but I do like this one. There's your flare sleeve if that's your style. I do love this type of neckline. I think it's very flattering. And here's all of the different line drawings. So very cool. I've already downloaded this pattern. I'm going to go find it. I keep all of mine in a sewing pattern. These are all the ones that I've purchased or downloaded for free. Don't share them. There is copyright protection on here. Okay, here's my file. I do a right click, open with Adobe Acrobat Reader. It has to be this program. And it's free. It's a free download. Most everybody has Adobe Reader. But here's why you want to do it here. Because the designer has set up layers. What I do is I go ahead and I print off the instructions. And then I find what page. So I'm at page 12 right here. This is where the pattern starts. And you'll see, oh yeah, I made a size 14. If I turn, these are all turned on. When you download your pattern, I've already turned them all off. And you can see right here that all the sizes are here. I don't want all the sizes. If you want to blend some sizes together, let's say I want to blend size 12 and 14, then you can print both and then blend once you print them out, lay them all out, tape them together, then blend your sizes together. So that's really cool. And then just do a Control P or an Apple Command P for Mac to print. You're going to want to make sure custom scale is at 100%. You're going to print, if you're just printing the pattern only, then I will do 12 to 29. You can see right here, I've got 1 to 18 pages. And you want auto portrait landscape. And then you're ready to print. And that's it. That's it. So the next section here, I'm going to show you how to put it all together. Once you've printed your pattern, I like to separate things out between my instructions, and I just staple it together. And then I have my pattern over here. You're going to also need a pair of scissors and some tape. And that's all you need. So it's pretty simple. With Itch to Stitch, just go through the pattern instructions once you have figured out what size you're making, and you'll see a grid. So we're looking at a 6x3 grid. And so you're gonna notice that there's numbers on each page. And I've got these in numerical order. So I'll start with 1, and I'm gonna go across to 6, 7 to 12, 13 to 18. There is a little bit of crafting going on here put that down there. So I'm going to start with 1. And then you're going to notice we have to put these little half moons together. And if you want, and oftentimes what I do just to make sure that it gets, my pattern matches up really easily, is I just trim that side off. Not all patterns you have to do this, so you just have to kind of check with the pattern company and how they designed it. So just like that. Sometimes it's a little tricky. You can also get these printed there's a large format that you can take it to a print shop. So if you want to do that, that's great too. All right, so now we're ready to go to number 3. And this one, since there's not a pattern overlay, I can kind of see through my paper. So I'm not gonna bother and cut that out. All right, now number 4. And you'll see here, I mean, you can do that. It's just easier if I just cut one side. I don't cut all the sides. I don't find it necessary. You know, certainly you want to do that, go ahead. It's a little cut and paste. Sometimes I just turn the TV on and watch a show, and away we go. There's also, once I line it up, sometimes I'll just put something down just to kind of weigh it down. That's a little too much. There we go. I always put the tape where I'm going to cut, so that's not ever just open. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember we had a 6x3 grid, so we've got 5. There's number 5. Let's lay something down. So here I'm going to tape, this looks like it's the sleeve. I'll just tape right through there. And you notice I don't tape all the way down. If you want to do that, that's fine. I just find it's just kind of wasting the tape. Okay, and then number 6. Just like that. See, I got that just a little bit off, but that won't hurt anything. Okay, so there's my first row, and I'm going to continue putting this together. I'm going to speed up the video, and then you'll get to see the whole piece. Now you can see we've got all 18 pieces put together. So we have our front, our back, our sleeve. I'm going to do the long sleeve, and this is the neck facing right here. So all we do is we just cut it out, just like we would if it came in the big 4. Here's why I tape where they intersect, so it doesn't fall apart on me. Make sure you're using your paper scissors for this project. So we'll just continue to cut this out. I will probably speed up the video right here. Now you'll see I have all of the pattern pieces cut out. Number 1 is the top, and it says cut 1 of primary fabric on fold, and there's a 3/8 inch seam allowance and a 3/4 inch hem allowance. Of course, the hem allowance you can change however you want, but just leave it long. Make it longer if you want. You can lengthen or shorten right here. Here is the back. Yes. So you'll put this on the center fold and you'll cut 1. So you'll have 2 full pieces. And then number 3 is the sleeve. If you want the shorter sleeve, the 3/4 go ahead and cut it off there. And it did have a little extension right here that you would have cut your pattern. So just decide ahead of time. And you'll realize right here, the stretch of the fabric needs to go this way. So it goes around the body. It stretches around. And then cut here for the long sleeve. And you'll see the notches are right here, here, center, and then the back. And then this piece, it's so small that I will probably use my ruler and cut it just a little bit bigger, just to give me a little bit of allowance. Because once you stitch this on and you fold it, you don't have much to work with. So I will make this much wider when I cut my fabric out, but it at least gives you an idea. So that's how you cut out a PDF pattern, pretty simple. And in another video, we'll actually make the top.